So in 2 videos, I think we're going to see Persia completely eliminated. And that's why I like these AI only battles, because you see stuff like that. You see just out of nowhere a power that you thought might have a possibility of winning the game, maybe, just completely destroyed instantly. But we will see the results now. Something huge happened. France was really grabbing a lot of the territory, which I didn't anticipate. I figured the Ottomans would have done a lot better job of that than that. France grabbed all of these colonies in North America, and the Ottomans grabbed Carthage, which is a start. The problem was that they looked like they were going to take all these northern cities too. Luckily, Korea got unbelievably lucky, and they've locked off France. So now the regiments that the French control in the Eastern European continent, they're going to have to move through Ottoman territory, which is going to be very, very difficult for them. And there'll be a race for Samsun, which was the former Ottoman city. The Koreans have to rush down here really, really fast. They have got to rush down here really, really fast. It looks like this will probably still go to the French, no matter what, but this is where the race, I think, takes place, because I know the Persians have a few wonders. I'm not sure which ones off the top of my head, but they have a few wonders. This is what will be key for the Koreans to grab. They really need this city. It's a big city. If they grab it, that'd be a big deal. Let's see what they do. Here's their turn. Korea's announced India. Korea's announced the Zulu. Korea's announced United Kingdom. They needed to move way faster than that. They didn't, so that's not good. How many more units do they have? Again, the Koreans don't have this unlimited amount of military power like Churchill decided to declare war on Persia. They don't have like this unlimited military power that practically France does. France has an unlimited military. They could go to war with anybody pretty much. See, what are the Ottomans doing? Ottomans, I'm revoking my vote for you. You've been terribly disappointing. Manhattan Project's been built by Canada. Finally, it's about time. Why did that take you so long? Dang. You know what? I don't even think that... We'll see. Well, we have Napoleon plotting against Churchill. I wouldn't be surprised if that pops up at some point soon, actually. Sorry, distraction again. The Ottomans, or the Mexicans just declared war on the Ottomans. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why. Is it a sign that the Ottomans are weak and that Mexico sees some sort of opening? That's strange. Let's not forget about the massive war going on in sub-Saharan Africa. If one of these two powers can consolidate, then maybe they'd be able to stand up to the French in the north, who just grabbed all this territory. It's unlikely, but we'll see. Yep, something is going on with the Ottomans. Something very bad is going on with the Ottomans. But I don't think the French are that dumb to stop the progress they've made with Persia to go after the Ottomans. So we'll see. There's actually a possibility. It looks like France hasn't really made as much of a push after Samsun. We'll see right here. Let's see if they take it now. I think Korea might be able to squeeze in here. It's still in the yellow. Then Persia turn processes. We'll see which city they defend, or which which enemy they end up attacking. Let's see right now. Let's see what that artillery weapon does. I imagine it's got to retreat, right? Away from the Koreans, or else they're going to lose it. They move to the south. I don't know. Now Siam's declared war on the Ottomans. This is interesting. The only two powers that could really do damage to the Ottomans, though, are at war with Persia. So... but Korea doesn't have the firepower to stay in this war. France does. That is the thing. France definitely has that firepower. French XCOM unit. Medina is about to fall. And then that means Mecca will fall, even though Egypt actually is surrounding Mecca. So it's possible that it's going to make it, Ramses could have a say in this. Possibly. Oh, I did forget about this Ottoman city, but nobody, like Spain hasn't gone to war with Carthage just yet, or this city. If Spain does, they could probably take it over. Maybe the Ashanti, I guess. I forgot about this. I totally blanked on this part of Ottoman territory. This is a crazy battle. This is a way, I think, almost, it's not really entertaining, but this is like such a stalemate that it's going on here. And just imagine when these submarines get pulled down that way. Okay, briefly, though, we need to check what's going on here. So Medina fell. So there goes Medina. Samsun, I think, will have to fall to the French because I don't believe Can mobile SAMs move this far into territory? I mean, these are two rough terrain. They're both hills. There's no way. I don't think so. And the Koreans have pretty much ran out of steam. I don't think they could take this over. No, there's no way. Yep, they tried. More units are coming down, and there's going to be a race for the Persian capital, like we thought. What about Bamba? Okay, so oh no. Okay, so wait a second. The Congo declared war on Egypt for some reason. So did the Zulu. I didn't even realize that this city had fallen. I didn't realize that they pieced out for this city. That's crazy. So the Zulu are already here, ready to go. I figured the Zulu would have gone after Persia. That's strange. Okay, so the Ashanti and the Congo have pieced out. Did they piece out for any cities? No. They did not piece out for any cities. I don't think. Yeah. Interesting. Is it the British? Are the British going to take over Mali? Are they going to be the ones to do it? Very interesting late game, kind of British strategy. That's been very entertaining to watch this entire campaign. A lot of paratroopers from the British. Again, they've got a lot of population, so I'm sure they're able to keep up with technology. They might be one of the first to keep up with technology. Bam. Another French city in their control. So Egypt processes first. I think Egypt will take over Mecca. That'll be a small gang. And then the race begins. France, again, is going to have the advantage, though, because this lake is going to cause the AI some trouble. This lake would definitely cause the AI some trouble. Let's see what Korea does. They needed to block off this path that the railroad leads. Hey, that Egyptian settler that's been trapped like forever is been popped out. Something different's going to happen. Interesting. So what needs to happen? Oh, you know what? An Australian. Boom. Yep. So the Mali has fallen. Are we going to see an Australian-Canadian war? That's entirely possible. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Oh, the Vietnamese unique unit, Viet Cong. That's cool. Okay. What was I going to say? Okay, so that happened there. So the British have taken over, which finally kind of cleans up a little bit Northwest Africa. Northwest Africa looks probably by far the most clean we've ever seen. Now, with the Ashanti with all the strength, I would say that the Ashanti have a possibility of maybe defending against the French. Maybe. Bam. Yep, Egypt did take over Mecca. That's pretty big. But who will grab the final city? Well, there's also Bamba. So we'll see what happens with that, too. Oh, so the Congo pieced out the Ashanti. Now the Congo can focus on Ramses and Alexandria of Egypt. Oh, okay. So Egypt's not going to be doing so well. They're going to have to retreat from the war. France has pieced out with Persia. Okay, Korea, you got unbelievably lucky. You desperately need to take this. Don't mess this up. Do not mess this up. And you better hope that Siam does not declare war on you. Luckily, Siam is distracted, I think, also by the Australians here in the Pacific. I think they've got to be somewhat worried about the Australians as they continue to build units. Also, notice that Australia has... oh, no, they haven't... Never mind. I was going to say they annexed most of these cities, but they only annexed this city. Denmark and Cuba. There is a small border there. We'll see what happens to... I'm sorry. I was going to say, let's see what happens to Colombia with these cities out this way. Colombia's been pretty quiet. They had that coalition declared against them, but so far nothing else has happened. We'll see if this is the end of Egypt. Egypt lost a lot of units going after the Persian cities. They definitely lost a lot of units, so I think Alexandria will probably fall to the Congo, which is kind of something the Congo need. The Congo need to get a little bit of strength. I mean, it's interesting that both of these powers are probably going to end up kind of consolidating just as the greatest nation in the world, begin to share a border with these two. All right, and greatest nation in the world. It's not like a, not being biased at all. Like it's number one. I mean, clearly now number one. I mean, Canada was not too far behind in the info index. I'm sure if we check the info index now, it'd be very clearly France. Clearly France. But this is still a good the good starts that Korea could possibly take. If they don't mess this up, they could take this over. I guess Egypt could as well, but Egypt will probably just provide some extra help. Not meaning to, but they'll probably provide extra help. Denmark and the Ottomans, they're too far away. No sharing of borders here. Is there anything else? Denmark moving through the British territory, so they obviously like each other for some reason. There might not be a war declared. I think someone could easily consolidate Northwest Africa, like someone like the British, take over Denmark, take over Madrid, and they could have a pretty good little empire going on for them with all this territory. I don't think anyone's really going to be able to take over these Danish cities. I guess except for the French. The French can pretty much do whatever they want right now. So how are they doing? Yeah, this city looks like it will fall, again, with the Egyptians' help. The Egyptians will fire upon it with their artillery units, which probably they shouldn't. Actually, that's not necessarily true. They might retreat. They might definitely retreat because they're going to lose a lot of their territory here. Let's see what they do. Will they retreat? It's just going to be... They can't. They can't because the Persians have locked them off. So their only choice is to head forward. So I think the Koreans will take this over in the next turn. Not this turn, but in the next turn. They'll get it down to the red this time. Alexandria, that siege is still going on. We've got the Zulu with a massive fleet here, which is actually pretty smart going around the Congo territory. Very smart. Darius has completed the Manhattan Project. Ah, buddy, a little too late, man. A little too late. I'm sorry. You couldn't get the job done fast enough. Have the Koreans gone yet? No, I don't think so. Here we go. Let's see. They could take it over right now, maybe. It's just unlikely. Whoa. Oh, okay. I guess they took it over. What was those planes? What were those planes that they used? Were those bombers or what? Interesting to see. Egypt has open borders with Korea. That's strange. That's very weird. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so now desperately what the Koreans need to do is they need to rebuild because they have probably, I'm going to be honest here, they've probably really pissed off the French after all this stuff has happened. Bam. There goes Alexandria to the Congo, which is what the Congo needed. The Zulu need this stuff too, but since they're working together, it's different. Oh! They pieced out for Nombamba. So Persia's done. Yeah, Darius is dead. He's dead. Yep, all that stuff. Oh my gosh. So the borders are pretty messy as of now. I'd imagine they're going to kind of clean themselves up a little bit. Someone's going to take over Russia. We'll see if it's the Koreans, though. I don't think the French are going to get involved in any more wars. They just have to face... I think that they'd want to. I think the Ottomans are going to be safe for now. I think the French have to give it a second because they took so much. They probably are really unhappy right now. Geez, the world changed drastically over the course of like 2 videos. This world has just drastically changed, which is incredible. I still think Canada could declare war on France. We got to constantly be checking in on that technology and how quickly the other nations are keeping up or catching up. Because like I said, I mean, the French have topped off. This is where the rest of the nations come back and have a better fighting chance against the French. And I guess it's mainly Canada or Korea. It's gonna be a lot harder for the other nations, maybe even the British, because they'll be catching up in technology fast. The British desperately need a stronger fleet. They also need to find a way to maybe connect. Well, I mean, they're reinforcing, and they have open borders through Denmark, which is big. That was probably smart of them, because then they could reinforce this city. There'll probably be a race to take over Madrid between Denmark and the British. I just can't believe like that Persia's gone. Have to say, my favorite borders of all time was Persia's. That's so cool. So cool to see some, like, you know, spread out empire like that along North Africa and all the way through the Middle East, north of the Caspian Sea. That was really, really cool to see. So I got to give them a lot of credit for that. I liked the Persians more than I liked my own choice, the Ottomans. Geez, the Ottomans. I mean, hey, they're cool and they've got a lot of troops here, but man, they've been disappointing. They really should have taken, I think, more of these cities over. I guess they didn't have a chance. I mean, once the French declared, they all, the French had this huge navy inside of the Mediterranean, so they just moved them all in. That's what Siam doing. Let's check on Siam. Check in on Siam. Got to constantly be checking in on that. And we also need to be keeping in mind the Korean air or land units. And how many of these cities become annexed. So the Koreans have been puppeting all this stuff, actually, surprisingly. They haven't annexed any of it. Whereas the French have annexed St. Petersburg, they've annexed Moscow, all this stuff for the most part. Which maybe is why they have kind of a distinct advantage at the moment. Let's check in back on the African wars. So now it's a race for Giza. I think the Zulu will be able to take over this city, which will make the borders even more interesting. Oh, no, it was the Congo. Oh, man, how did they do that? Did they come? Yeah, they came in randomly with the destroyer out of nowhere. So Congo now consolidating in power. And we'll probably then we're gonna see mainly three. We're gonna end this, I think, soon with I don't know what all those notifications were. I just totally skipped over them. We're gonna be very soon left with only 3 African nations: the Zulu, the Congo, and the Ashanti. Everyone else has been destroyed. Everyone else is either they're in Africa, they're in North Africa, Europeans stealing away North African territory. And then everyone else, Sub-Saharan Africa, South Africa, that's all that remain. The problem, I think, would be the Congo is going to face the biggest issue because they're going to border France, obviously. That's the big threat. They're going to border, I think, most of France. But they also have 2 foes that they border. They'll border Zulu and the Ashanti. And I could see them both working together to declare war on the Congo and trying to consolidate their 2 empires. That would be pretty interesting to see. Actually, you know what? Egypt will stay alive because I don't think anyone's going to take over Mecca. It's possible, though. Actually, I could see the Zulu piecing out first. Ooh, Zulu took over Giza. But who's going to take over these northern cities? These are the big population cities. There's no more coastal. Oh, they're going to go after Mecca. Zulu are going to go after Mecca now. I think someone is going to... Well, it's in resistance, so I don't know. But I think someone's going to piece out for Mecca. More than likely. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Turn 473. Oh, man. I don't know. I would have never predicted this. I would have never predicted something like this would happen, so I'm very shocked. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.